जय जय शंकर हर हर शंकर कामाक्षी करुणारूपम कामकोटि जगद्गुरुम चिन्मूर्तिं कलये चित्ते शंकराचार्यमव्ययम् अज्ञानान्तर्गहनपतितान् आत्मविद्योपदेशैः त्रातुं लोकान् भवदवशिखा तापपापच्यमानान् उक्त्वा मौनं वटविटपिनो मूलतो निष्पतन्ति शम्भोर्मूर्तिश्चरति भुवने शंकराचार्यरूपा. In the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita Bhashya, Srimad Shankara Bhagavad himself says that Bhagavan, after creating the world for the preservation of the world, he also established what is called dharma, and he taught this dharma to the people via the sages. But due to various reasons over the course of time, when this dharma degrades, when it's not properly preserved, Bhagavan himself takes what are known as avatars, incarnations, as per his assurance that yada yada hi dharmasya glanir-bhavati bharata tada atmanam srijamyaham. He himself comes in human form and he re-establishes the same dharma. Normally, many of the avatars are said to be avatars of Sriman Narayana, but in this case, because it is Kali Yuga and the purpose of the avatar is to dispel the ignorance by means of the Upadesha, by means of clear knowledge of what is Dharma. And as per the maxim Jnanam Maheshwara Dichet, the Sri Shankara Avatara is actually said to be an avatar of Bhagavan Parameshwara. And in this Kali Yuga, in the 2594th year, Nandanama Samvatsara, 509 BCE by the modern reckoning, in the place called Kaladi, which is in Kerala state today, Bhagavan Parameshwara was incarnate as Sri Shankara, the son of Aryamba and Shivaguru. And in his very early childhood itself, he mastered all fields of knowledge, and in his 8th year itself, he took to sannyasa, and traveling in the various parts of Bharat, he dedicated his life to the Upadesha of Dharma. Mainly his Upadeshas, his writings or compositions may be termed to be of three kinds. One is Bhashya Granthas, another is Prakarana Granthas, and then Stotra Granthas. People are not all of the same attitude or orientation. Some people are more attuned to philosophical discussions, and for them the Bhashya Granthas are appropriate. Others may be interested to a certain extent in philosophy, but they will be requiring more illustrations and explanations. For them, the Prakarana Granthas are dedicated. And for the majority of the people who are not very much interested in philosophical discussions, but who need to be involved with Bhagavan, whose devotion to Bhagavan is what needs to be created, generated, for them, Acharya gave the Stotra Granthas. Thus, without leaving out any portion of society, Acharya has done his anugraha in the form of these texts. Through these texts, what he did was, he proved that the Durmatas being the practices which were against the Sanatana Vaidika tradition, he showed that those Durmatas are not conducive to what is called Shreyas. Shreyas being the overall good, both happiness in this world as well as attaining Sadgati for the next world. He showed that these Durmatas, even though they may be enticing or very interesting or being for in the taste of various people, they are not conducive for the overall good. And by showing that, actually in those days it is said that there were 72 Durmatas, and having denounced all these Durmatas, Acharya has shown that the Sanatana Vaidika Dharma is indeed the only path for Shreyas. And as the backbone of this Sanatana Dharma, Acharya also re-established the Advaita Siddhanta as the true import of the Vedas and the Upanishads. And traveling in various parts of Bharat in the course of these Upadeshas, Acharya, once he came to Badrika Ashrama, and there he installed the Vigraha of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. From there on, he proceeded to Kedara Kshetra, and by his Yoga Siddhi, he took a divine Sharira there and went to Kailasa. Having darshana of Ambika Sameta Parameshwara, he received from Parameshwara the 5 Sphatika Chandramolishwara Lingas and the excellent stotram of Devi, which is known as Saundarya Lahari. Receiving this, he came back to the earth and traveling along many parts of Bharat, he established Dharma Pithas in various parts of Bharat. And of all these places, there are some places known as Mokshapuris, and of all these Mokshapuris, the only Mokshapuri in the Dakshina Bharata, that is Kanchipuram, which is also well known as Nagareshu Kanchi. He came here, and the mother of the universe, Jagannmata Kamakshi, is there. But at that time, due to the bad practices of the people, due to their adharmic deeds, she was in a very much angry attitude, and it was not possible to even approach her. Acharya, by his tapas, he approached her and he pacified her, and he calmed down her Ugra Kalas, and he established the Sri Chakra. He did the Sri Chakra Pratishtha there in front of her Vigraha. This Kamakoti Shakti Peetham is there since time immemorial, and he established his own matham there. His disciples are in various parts of Bharat, they have their mathas, and this for his stay, he established his matham. And Kanchipuram has also been the seat of learning since long time. And due to this, in Kanchipuram, Acharya wanted to ascend the Sarvagya Peetham. The purpose of ascending the Sarvagya Peetham is not to attain name and fame, but after ascending the Sarvagya Peetham, if he gives an Upadesha, people are more likely to give importance, to give credence to those words. So for this purpose, for the benefit of the people only, Acharya wanted to ascend the Sarvagya Peetham, and he did that in Kanchipuram. And of the 5 Sphatikalingas which he brought from Kailasa, he established the Yoga Lingam in Kanchipuram, and the other Sphatikalingas he established in various other places like Chidambaram. And as per Parameshwara himself, the Upadesha which he had given when giving the Lingas, that thrice daily the puja of these Lingas should be conducted for Lokakshema. Acharya established that through his disciples the Shivalingas must be worshipped. And completing his incarnation, in barely 32 years, he finally merged with Devi Kamakshi in luminous form, and thereby he completed his physical avatara. But even after those 32 years, even till today, he is still among us in the form of his disciples. That is why we call them also as Shankaracharyas. And these Shankaracharyas are guiding us in the same path of Dharma and Advaita that Bhagavad Pada has shown. And the only thing that we can do to Bhagavad Pada is to learn his Upadeshas and to follow the Upadeshas, and that is the only thing that we can do for him. And in the end, it is one for us only. So it is very important for whoever is in the Sanatana Vedika Dharma to know who is Bhagavad Pada. And for that, we have briefly summarized his avatara in these few minutes. And during occasions like Shankar Jayanti, and in fact every day is a day which is suitable for remembering Bhagavad Pada, and through remembering him, through following his Upadeshas, let us all attain the Shreyas that he wanted us to attain. Apara Karuna Sindhum Jnanadam Shantarupidam Sri Chandrasekhara Gurum Pranamami Mudanvaham Deve Dehecha Deshecha Bhaktyarogya Sukhapradam Buddha Pamara Sevyantam Sri Jayendram Namamyaham Namamas Shankaran Vakya Vijayendra Saraswati Sri Gurum Shishtamarganu Netaram Sanmati Pradam సదాశివసమారంభాం శంకరాచార్యమధ్యమాం అస్మదాచార్యపర్యంతాం వందే గురుపరంపరాం.